What's up, football fans? The Bad Man Epic here, and today we've got not one, but two guests on today's show for our first ever playoff edition. Our old friend Big Blue from the Thanksgiving special, and of course from last week, Gushna. What's going on, fellas?
What's up, fam? I'm eating a Ferrero Rocher chocolate.
All right, okay. Awesome. And listen, guys, I really do feel bad about the mid-season special not being uploaded. I put a lot of time into it, and I'm sure you guys would have liked it, so I thought at least I could do, is to add as much content as possible for the rest of the season. So today, we're going to make our picks, and we're also going to throw in some extra playoff fantasy tips, as well as some talk about the real football world. With drama across the league, we want to fill you guys in on what we predict. And without further ado, we got 5 starts, 5 sits, and 10 seconds or less. What's up, Fantasy Playoffs? It's time to make our run to glory. All right, a quarterback I'm starting this week is Alex Smith. We had a lot of Chiefs in our episodes the entire season, but I can't pass up Alex Smith this week. The Chiefs' defense is awful, and I expect Smith to be throwing the ball a ton against the bad Raiders defense, mainly because Kareem Hunt has been drastically ineffective.
All right, a QB I'm going to start this week is Phillip Rivers. Rivers has been on a roll lately, and I expect that to continue against the Redskins at home in LA. The Redskins' defense has been all but mediocre this year, and because of this, I expect a huge game from Rivers.
All right, guys. So a QB I'm going to start is Josh McCown. After coming off a big win against the Chiefs, Josh McCown is on a roll and has built a strong connection with Robbie Anderson and Jermaine Kearse. Expect him to cut up a broken Denver's defense on Sunday.
All right, a quarterback I'm sitting is Matt Ryan. The Saints' defense isn't very friendly towards fantasy quarterbacks, and with the Falcons' run game coming back into its own, I don't see Ryan looking anything like his 2016 self.
All right, my sit of the week is Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins has been incredible this year. However, the Chargers' defense has been lights out as of late. With Joey Bosa breathing down Kirk Cousins' neck for the duration of this game, I expect Cousins to be jumpy and make multiple mistakes. Sit him in your lineup this week.
All right, I like that. QB to sit, for me anyway, is Marcus Mariota. I don't see Mariota doing much this week against Arizona. They have a couple of stars on defense that have been in the league long enough to know how to stop a young QB and his main targets.
Okay, a running back I'm starting is Alfred Morris. Finally, the Cowboys realize that they have success running the football. Morris got 27 carries last week, and he should see plenty against the Giants team, who is more of a mess than Ezekiel Elliott's legal case.
All right, a running back I'm going to start this week is Shady McCoy. McCoy and the Bills play the Colts this week, and the Colts have been torn up this year on the ground. With Tyrod Taylor hurt, I expect him, if he plays, or Nathan Peterman to hand the ball to McCoy a lot. And when McCoy gets a lot of touches, he produces. Start Shady this week.
A running back I'm starting is Jamal Williams. His performances keep getting more and more impressive. Even though his previous fantasy performance wasn't as good as his game 2 weeks ago, Green Bay seems way more confident handing the ball off to him, and we only see more of that in Week 14.
Okay, running back I'm sitting is Lamar Miller. Everyone picked Jordan Howard to torch the 49ers last week, and he got absolutely shut down. Miller is not a good running back by any means, and will not give you fantasy production in this critical week.
Okay, my running back to sit is Leonard Fournette. Fournette plays the Seahawks this week, and I expect the Seahawks to challenge Blake Bortles and see what he's made of. They're going to stack the box on Fournette, and he's going to continue to bust against the stacked boxes. Make sure you sit him this week.
So the running back I'm sitting is Kenyon Drake. Don't let Drake's huge game distract him from the fact that they were playing a terrible defense with an offense that can't generate any momentum. This game was a fluke. The Patriots will stifle any hope Drake and the Dolphins have.
Okay, a wide receiver I'm starting is Josh Gordon. Remember, folks, I said to sit Gordon last week just because we simply didn't know what we had on our hands. Gordon looked awesome last week. My Packers don't take him seriously, and we could see the old Flash Gordon in Week 14.
Okay, well, my wide receiver to start is also Josh Gordon. Last week he had 4 catches for 85 yards against an amazing Chargers defense, and he showed some sort of special bond with Deshaun Kaiser, and if that continues this week, you can expect him to shred the Packers secondary.
All right, guys, well, I kind of like that pick, but I think I like mine a little better. My wide receiver to start is Josh Gordon. Being targeted 11 times and only catching 4 does not look appealing. but the most of it was because of a poor QB performance. This was just a warm-up, boys. Josh is back and ready to put up a fight against Green Bay next week.
Wow, okay. All right, a wide receiver I'm sitting is Demaryius Thomas. We say play your stars in fantasy, but Thomas clearly isn't one. He's not a good fantasy receiver, and he's simply not worth a start, even against the poor Jets defense.
My wide receiver to sit is Alshon Jeffrey. The Eagles are coming off a very bad performance against the Seahawks, and somehow the Seahawks locked him down with a depleted secondary. He couldn't get much separation and was somehow playing bad. The Rams have a better secondary, and I think Wentz is going to have to find a different weapon to use this week.
Now this is kind of surprising. My wide receiver sit. This seems kind of like one of those players you start no matter what, but Julio Jones. As RoboDude said earlier about the Saints defense, Jones will be up against an incredible Saints defensive QB duo. And I know they're out, but if they come back or not, Julio will be a bust this week.
Okay, well, a tight end I'm starting is actually Jason Witten, the giant killer, as some Cowboy fans have called him. Witten is very up and down, but I'm taking my chances this week, considering the Cowboys should find themselves in the red zone quite often.
All right, my tight end this week, to start, of course, is going to be Cameron Brate. Now that Jameis Winston is back, Brate is going to be getting targeted heavily, and just for that reason, I'm going to start Brate, because a ton of looks means a ton of chances to score.
The tight end I'm starting is Charles Clay. He should be pretty much 100% healthy at this point, bringing him back to his early season performances, and I expect Taylor or Peterman to be forcing passes to the best receiver on the Bills.
Okay, a tight end I'm sitting is Greg Olsen. Too risky. That's it. Too risky. Olsen might not even play the majority of the snaps, and his foot isn't 100%. The Vikings are terrifying to tight ends. Olsen might start next week, but for now, leave him on your bench.
All right, Epic, I'm going to have to agree with you there. My sit is also Greg Olsen. He's coming off a re-injured foot, and he's going to be slow. The Panthers are going to be facing the outstanding Vikings linebacking core, and he's going to struggle to find the end zone. He's only a touchdown-dependent tight end this week, and if you put him in your lineup, it's going to be a mistake.
The tight end that I chose to sit, just like RoboDude and Gushna here, is not Greg Olsen. It's Delaney Walker. I should just copy and paste what I said about Marcus Mariota. It's just not going to happen against the Arizona veterans.
Okay, well, a defense I'm starting this week, ding, 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 the Green Bay Packers. What? I know. We pick on the Browns way too much on this show, but the Packers' pass rush is really coming together after sacking Jameis Winston 7 times last week. The Browns are allergic to prosperity and should send the Green Bay defense packing you big-time fantasy points.
Okay, my defense to start is the Buffalo Bills. The Bills play the Colts in Buffalo, and Jacoby Brissett is Jacoby Brissett. All he is a replacement, and the Bills are going to eat.
The defense that I'm starting is the Panthers. Keenum will get a taste of a real defense in this next matchup, and I don't see any run game getting started to help him out. It'll be a tough game, but the Panthers are going to be eating Keenum.
Hold on, just one question there, Big Blue. What do you call the Falcons' defense?
Young and trash and fast.
All right.
Moving on, okay. A defense I'm sitting this week is the Denver Broncos. Like I said about Demaryius, play your stars when it counts. But what doesn't count is this defense as a star. The Broncos defense has fallen off a cliff, and I would like a better streaming option for my fantasy team in round 1.
All right, my defense to sit is a very surprising pick. I'm going to go with the Jaguars. Russell Wilson has been hot this year, and he is not slowing down just yet. The Jaguars defense has been nothing short of lockdown, but Wilson always finds a way to make it happen, and he's going to again this week against Saxonville.
The defense that I'm sitting is Houston. Although they've been pretty good this year, San Francisco is catching some sort of momentum. ... Even if it looks good or not. I expect a stout Texans defense to not do so much against what seems like an easy matchup.
Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. All right. We make these picks based on controversial players whom we want to either endorse or not endorse. But this is the playoffs. You need to make all the right moves if you want to reach greatness. We feel good about every one of these picks, but these ones...
Just tell the players. what the name of the segment is.
This is called Lock 'em Up or Bust a Nut. These players will take you the distance.
Epic. I'm not gonna bust a nut during this video if that's what you're asking me to do.
No. I'm just saying don't start them. The period. All right, and my lock this week is none other than big boy Travis Kelce. Kelce is the best tight end in football right now with Gronkowski out. And Kelce will be catching passes from my boy Alex Smith, and the Chiefs will get their first win in quite some time on the back of Travis Kelce.
All right, my lock of this week. Hold on, I'm going to let you guys take a guess. The best running back in football.
He's not going to say Jerick McKinnon, is he?
Alvin Kamara.
Todd Gurley. The Rams are going to need to feed Gurley if they want to keep this game close, and he will deliver as usual.
Is that it? Are you done?
Unless you want me. Yeah.
I mean, you can keep going if you want, but that was kind of, a little weak. Either way, my lock is a true lock. Devin Funchess. The last 4 games that they've played have been pretty stellar, or he has played. And the connection between Cam and Funchess has been pretty good. One of the better duos, at least in the last 4 games statistically, in the league. And I don't think Devin Funchess has brought enough attention to himself to be shadowed by Xavier Rhodes. Because, as much as I would hate to say it, I would definitely see Rhodes walking down Devin Funchess. But Devin Funchess will put up numbers against the Vikings defense.
Okay, all right, my bust this week is, good guy Russ. Yeah, Russell, you're great. You're transcendent maybe, but you haven't had Calais Campbell staring down your soul for 60 minutes. You've been able to dodge right and left and north and south, but this week, you'll get a taste of reality. Your offensive line is garbage. Your receivers will be locked down, and Sierra isn't there to help you. Bench Russell Wilson.
All right, Big Blue, sorry to do it to you, but this week my bust is going to be Christian McCaffrey. The Panthers have a good offense. Cam Newton has some sort of good chemistry going with Christian McCaffrey, but Anthony Barr has something better to say about that. That's all that needs to be said here.
All right. That didn't you didn't really put any good facts with that one, but neither do I have with my bust. AJ Green. This is more of a gut feeling after such a tough loss to the Steelers. And on top of that, they'll be playing against a stronger defense than the Bears. I know it sounds a little crazy, but I think AJ Green will be the bust of the week. Keep him on your bench.
All right, guys, that wraps up the playoff edition of 5 + 5 = 10. Hope you guys enjoyed. Big Blue, Gushna, how'd you like coming on the show?
It was pretty fun.
Yeah, I had a good time.
Awesome, and I hope you guys are liking this content. We've only got a few weeks left together doing this 5 + 5 series, and I want to savor the football season with you guys for as long as we can. Please hit me up with the sub. If you guys did enjoy, that's what it's all about. Any extra fantasy questions, I'd be happy to answer down below. And with that being said, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. But first, we got a couple questions for you guys. Fire them up, Big Blue.
All right, so my trivia question for you two is, how many games did it take for the Panthers to get their first ever franchise win? 0, as in they won their very first game. 2, 5, or 12 games?
I say that they won their very first game.
12.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going 5.
All right.
I say they won their first game.
All right. So, Epic Robodude, congratulations, but you're wrong. The answer goes to Gushna in 5 games.
All right, Gushna, would you like the honors of taking the second question?
I'd love to. Okay, so my quiz question is, what was the largest point spread ever given to an NFL game? A, 17 points, B, 23 points, C, 27 points, or D, 29 points?
My answer is D, 29 points.
I'm going to go out 23 points.
All right, well, congratulations to both of you because it's neither of those. The answer is C, 27 points. This was given when the Broncos were heavily favored to beat the Jaguars, and of course the Jaguars covered this spread because 27 points is a ridiculous amount.
Okay, and my question. Who holds the single-season record for touchdown receptions with 23? Calvin Johnson, Randy Moss, Jerry Rice, or T.O. Terrell Owens?
I'm going with my boy Randy Moss.
Randy Moss.
Well, I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.